Hello everybody, my name is Caroline here, and today I am doing my presentation on infectious mononucleosis. The reason I chose infectious mononucleosis is kind of a personal one. I am actually currently battling it right now. I am into week 3 of trying to get better from mononucleosis, so let's hope everything goes well, and let's get this presentation started. So, what exactly is mono? Infectious mononucleosis is most commonly called mono and / or the kissing disease. Diagnoses of mono is most associated with the Epstein-Barr virus, also called EBV. But HIV, hepatitis, anything like that can actually contribute to mono. Now, let's talk more about EBV since it is the most common. EBV is a member of the Y herpes virus family and a leptocryptovirus. And a fun little tad bit of information that I thought was very interesting was that it infects at least 90% of the world population, but not many people show symptoms. I wish I was one of those people that didn't show symptoms. But anyway, over here onto your right, you see a picture of a blood slide. Now, in this, you can see 2 neutrophils and a basophil there in the center. Now, most commonly, mono is diagnosed with what is called a monotap, which is like a complete blood count to look at your neutrophils and your basophils and all that stuff. Now, it is only 75 to 90% effective. I know I tested negative until I was tested specifically for EBV. But you can also tell what's very characteristic about mono, for the most part, is your basophil is like very messy in a sense, like it is very not round in shape and cytoplasm has holes in it. But I know most commonly for adolescents ages 18 to 21 that the monotap is not very effective in diagnosing mono. Monotap is more effective in diagnosing those who are adolescents or maybe even older, but it is common in adolescents. So, how exactly is mono transmitted? So, of course, it's called the kissing disease due to it being spread among saliva. It can also be spread through cough and sneezes, but it is most commonly spread through saliva. So the best thing is like people are like, oh, it's the kissing disease, but you can also get it through like sharing drinks or cups or like eating utensils or anything like that. But also, it has also been seen to be spread through blood transfusions and even sexual contact, which again is another bodily fluid, and even through whole organ transplants. I know that those cases are rare, but it is something to add. Now right here I have a little video to share that's kind of silly, and it will touch into some stuff I'm going to mention later on, but it does do a great job of kind of getting the idea across of how to prevent and how mono is transmitted. Alright, let's go on to the next slide here. So, what exactly are the symptoms associated with mono? You know, you can read the list right here: extreme fatigue, sore throat, fever, blah, 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 blah. And then you've also got, you know, like mentioned in the video, sometimes a swollen spleen and liver can be seen in some people. And like the video said, there is an incubation period. There is an incubation period of 4 to 6 weeks, known with mono, before symptoms start to show. And that is when the person is most contagious, like the video said. I know for me personally, I started with a headache that slowly started to go down my neck and down my back. And I had a fever and body aches. And I was experiencing extreme fatigue. I could barely walk from one room to the house to the other. Slowly the headache went away, and so did the fever after about 5 days. And now, what made it more confirmed that it was mono to my providers was that I had a sore throat developing and swollen lymph nodes, particularly on the left side of my neck. They are very swollen right now. And I've got swollen tonsils. I did not develop a skin rash, but the thing that was hardest for me was the body aches. But other than that, it's all good. And then I slowly started to develop a swollen spleen. And with that, it's not like a huge thing as long as you're not doing extraneous activity that it can rupture, but it is kind of a discomfort right there in like the bottom left part of your ribs. So specifically what organs are affected, it's mostly your immune system and the upper respiratory system. And like I said, with the lymph nodes, that is usually enlarged and a good telltale sign of mono because they get so large. So the treatment and prognosis, sadly, kind of discouraging, but there is no like specific treatment or miracle drug for mono. The only thing, doctors tell you is to drink plenty of fluids and to get plenty of rest. And you can even take over-the-counter pain medications to help with the fever and the pain, which I know helped me a lot. It is advised to avoid taking antibiotics with mono because it can slow the progression of disease, which is weird because you want it to like speed up and get out. But with mono, you don't want that. It would just make the symptoms stay around longer. So usually people feel better 2 to 4 weeks after developing symptoms, but can feel fatigue much longer. I know personally for me, I am going on to week 3, and I still have the extreme fatigue and the swollen lymph nodes and the throat, aches and stuff like that. But hopefully, within the next month or 2, I'll be starting to feel better. And for some people, it can be 6 months or longer before they start feeling better. I know personally for a friend of mine, she had to drop out of school for an entire semester because of mono. So, is there an immunization to prevent mono? There is not. The best prevention, like said in the video, is to avoid, sharing drinks, utensils, food, anything like that, and, kissing and all that stuff. But anything that can spread saliva and to avoid that is the best way to prevent mono. So here are my sources for you guys. I want to say thank you for tuning in and for watching my presentation. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or anything like that, please feel free to email me or anything like that. I'll be happy to get with you. So thank you guys again for tuning in, and I can't wait to watch your presentations.